So after a wonderful stay at Jekyll Island, today we're going to travel another 35 or 40 miles southeast to the most southern town in Georgia, St. Mary's. And we'll take you along with us for both the ride and the great little campground there. Here we go. So why do we have to stop at Lowe's? Well, a couple of nights ago, we forgot to lower the table, the lagoon table that we installed back here in the back. And, well, it cracked a piece of wood. Let me show you. I think you've seen us eat on this a couple of times in previous videos. And the lagoon table just mounts to the bottom of this. And we bought this really inexpensive shelf at Lowe's and it worked perfectly, but you have to remember to lower it every single time you put the bed down. Now, even with the GLSS, you would have to do the same thing. So I'm sure this is something that Jason's had an issue with other people breaking theirs. I believe I may have also installed the mount for the lagoon maybe 3 or 4 inches higher than I should have, which makes it harder to get it down as close to the top of the bench as I can get it. But lesson learned. This time though, we got something a little bit different. So this time we got a little bit darker piece of wood. We think it'll look better back here actually. And it's a little bit more narrow than we really wanted, but that may be to our advantage and let it swing back over against the side a little easier. I'll mount it with the screwdriver once we get to the campground and we'll see how it turns out. But first stop over, next stop, get groceries for the trip here in St. Mary's.
Driving into the River State Park.
Gotta go register now and see.
Hopefully we can get in. We should be able to. It's 2 o'clock. Looks like Owen got us some wood. Site number what?
We're site number 55. And we looked into it. I think it's supposed to be one of their best sites, so we'll see. It's a big site for sure.
For a little bitty van?
I know, I told him it's crazy, isn't it, for such a little bitty van. But we'll head back there.
Let's go check it out. So how was the check-in process?
It was awesome. They're very professional about the way they do it. It's all behind glass.
I saw you only could have 4 people inside the building at a time.
Yeah. I told him I'd go and get the wood right now so I wouldn't have to come back and risk me coming in and him being exposed to me in case I've got something.
Looks like the firewood is very well packaged.
I think it's not, they didn't cut it here for sure.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So we're entering into the campground. Looking for site number 50.
We were close.
52.
Getting warmer.
53. 55.
55.
I have a really good memory. But they're all really huge. And really nice.
It's true. What side are we on? 50. Okay.
This is really nice.
It is, isn't it?
Look how big it is. Back here in the little woods.
Even more woods behind us. That's a walking trail back there to get to the water.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Let's check that out.
Not a cloud in the sky. And this is a huge site. I think it's 115 feet deep. You can see from, we could get 3 vans, maybe 4 vans in here. We kind of look a little small, but it's pretty awesome. Let's get set up. We'll go in a minute. Now what you want to do? That took all of 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think I know what Maggie wants to do.
She wants to go check out the campground, doesn't she?
Check out all the smells.
I'm not sure what folks do who don't have a dog when they first check into a campground. I would imagine it might be sit in the chair and just kind of relax for a while. But if you have a magpie and you get to a campground, here's what you have to do. And I'll tell you, for us, we wouldn't have it any other way, would we?
We like coming and checking it out too. So.
She may have gotten this from us actually, but she loves going and checking out every new campground we go to. She has to walk around and check on messages and leave messages and just see where we are. It's really cool to watch her do it. Out on our walk, we're really enjoying all the Spanish moss and all the oak trees. We're right here, right at the river coming in, and it's just a beautiful scene to take in. And many folks ask us why we stay in campgrounds when we could really stay anywhere. And the answer is pretty simple. This is so well maintained, and it's such a beautiful place that we feel like it's worth the money that we spend, both to see what we see when we're here, and to be quite honest, we sleep better when we know we're safely tucked away in a state park like this. So if you're expecting to see just boondocking in our Revel, that won't happen. We're out here, we love state parks, and you're gonna see the best that we can find.
And this is definitely one of the best that we've stayed at.
So if you remember, we stopped at Lowe's and picked up a piece of wood. Now this is really thin as far as the width of it. I'm not sure it's going to work perfectly, but it works really well for like an armrest over here, where I can spin it out like that and we can raise it up and we can use it as a small table to eat on or to work on or to review video clips. It actually works remarkably well.
Making a dent in it.
Did that time.
Hitting it in the wrong place. Whoa! I missed
Whoa.
the other at the-
Whoa! Good morning. Today is Sunday, December 6th. We just released a video. We've been sitting around drinking coffee, and we've had breakfast, and Maggie's gone for a walk, and we're just enjoying a peaceful day at a very quiet little campground. There's lots to do here in this area, but I think today is going to be a day where we don't even crank the van up at all. We may get the bikes off, or we may not. I know for sure that we're going to go for a hike and explore the River Trail and the Palmetto Trail here at River State Park. And we'll take you along with us as we go. Oh yeah, that piece of wood right there, that piece of wood, that's the remnants of the piece of wood that we use for the tabletop in there. We were going to burn it last night in the fire, but we just never got around to doing that. Maybe tonight. We love this quiet little campground, all the big sites, and one of the main reasons we stayed here was to be able to do what we're doing today, to go for a hike on some of the trails that go by Crooked River. We're not sure how far we're going to walk today, but Maggie's been ready to go for at least 30 minutes and been asking to go, so.
They say take me on a treasure hunt. I long for something new.
This means short leash
Have
for
you
Maggie.
heard the fairies when they sing and dance? Oh, I wish it was me every night.
The river trail is a short trail that takes you out to the Crooked River. Doesn't look very crooked.
It looks pretty crooked from the air. It's just a big river.
It is a big river.
It is. It's
Beautiful.
Doesn't look very crooked. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I guess Lynn looked it up and straight river's already taken. So it's a really, really short hike there to the river trail. Now we're gonna take the Palmetto Trail, which goes in and around the forest and back over some of the marshland. Lynn's reading about social distancing on the trail.
Another thing that you don't do during COVID times is we don't pick up these little things.
We
to
don't.
see what's
But we do use all trails too.
We do use all trails, but I would like to have them.
Huh.
And beauty lives in me too. It's gonna take some time to get there. I don't care.
See, we're talking about being careful and being aware that COVID is here and the pandemic is going on, and then we come out on a trail like this and you can walk for nearly an hour and not see anybody at all. And I think we're safe here. I think what Lynn was reading this morning is that the CDC is now saying you have to stop and get gas and fuel, and you have to get groceries and other things, and so you're exposing yourself and others in your RV when you get out and go do those things. But for us, whenever I get diesel, I wear a mask and I wear gloves, and then I wash off when I come inside. So I'm not sure I'm totally, I couldn't do heart surgery, but I think I'm pretty well protected. And we do have to get groceries more often than we do at home, but not twice as much. So we're a little more exposed there. And we're exposed in that the grocery stores are different than the ones we have at home.
And I think Georgia is not requiring masks; they are suggesting masks. So.
But their state is, the COVID numbers are nowhere near the numbers in North Carolina where they are requiring masks. So, we kind of figured out from our hometown, we could go just about anywhere within 4 hours of there, except for a few other places in North Carolina, and be in an area that the COVID numbers and number of COVID cases are lower than where we just left. So I don't know, you can see why we get confused when we think about it. A lot of thinking to do.
A lot of thinking.
Don't accuse me of thinking there. I've done no such thing. Actually, we have. We do that a lot. We very carefully consider where we go and why we're going there. So instead of being Debbie Downer and talking about all the negative things about COVID, why don't we share something we saw this morning that was shared by our friend Susan Pale on Facebook. 10 habits that will change your life.
Number 1 was an hour of exercise a day. And that's what we're doing right now. We're getting an hour of exercise.
2 is 2 liters of water. In other words, drink 2 liters of water every day.
And I do that.
I do too, but it's mixed with Coke. Good shot there, lady.
The next one was 3 cups of tea, but we don't drink tea, so I'm not going to say what Owen told me to say.
I was trying to put it into perspective. I'd said 3 poops with a P. The next one reminds me of an old store that we saw in the mountains of North Carolina where it says our store is open 24 hours a day, just not consecutively. It's 4 colors on your plate when you eat. We do 4 colors. Maybe if we combine 2 meals, you're always saying we need to have something green.
I do like to have color on my plate,
and
but
something
not
yellow.
4 of them probably.
And something brown.
Something green.
And something
brown?
Yeah, steak.
Oh.
Well, So that's a really good suggestion. I think they're just saying have a balanced diet when you eat. So do that by color. Fruit Loops, those things might have 4 colors.
That's true. The next one's 5 minutes of meditation, which I think we both do. Might be more than 5 minutes though.
So the next one is 6 songs that motivate you. And music's always played an important part of my life since before retiring. I made my living playing music, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? I'm glad I'm not having to do that these days. But in fact, we listen to music quite a bit for this channel. Music plays a really important part of the videos, and you guys seem to like that. So
yeah, and we're always listening and trying to put songs that actually fit with the video that inspire us, and hopefully they'll inspire you too.
yeah, I think my favorite right now is the song Come to the Water.
Yeah,
That one seems to be one of your favorites, and it's one of mine as well. I just love that song and the message of that, and it's peaceful. And
come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees.
to be honest, though, in the van when we're rolling down the road, if we're not talking about where we've just been or where we're going, we're probably listening to an audible book.
Yeah, so
We don't listen to music as much as we should. So the reason we don't listen to as much music might be my fault, because whenever I stopped performing, I kind of lost the feeling I had for it, and I kind of quit music cold turkey for a couple of years. Lately, with the channel, we've been getting more and more involved in finding beautiful music and music that speaks to us. But if you can find 6 songs that speak to you every day, yeah, you'll have a better day.
the next one's 7 minutes of laughter, which is definitely not a problem with us because Owen always makes me laugh.
And I'm always laughing at myself too, because sometimes I'm the only one that gets my joke, and then sometimes she's heard the joke so many times.
I have to laugh because he keeps telling it. So.
But truly, the gift of laughter every day, it's a life-changing thing. Enjoy your life, and if you're not enjoying your life, then at least make light of the things that you wish you could change, and laugh at yourself every now and then. Like in the last video we just released today, Lynn came driving up with her bike helmet on backwards, and Deb caught that and said her lid was on backwards, and that is true. And there was a day Lynn would have said, no way, you're not putting that in there. But we've learned to laugh at ourselves and to say, yeah, we just make stupid mistakes. And sometimes, especially me, I'm just a goofy old guy and my hair looks bad. So
Reminds me of that song. It's a goofy old girl dancing with a goofy old guy. Oh my, it's a...
I think you got those lyrics wrong, dear. I think it's a goofy man dancing with a goofy girl. My oh my, it's a goofy world.
Hey, you got it.
I know. Hey,
Yeah,
I sung
John
that song.
Prine.
Yeah, we miss John Prine. So we brought the map with us, and we just figured out we don't want to take that trail. We want to turn to the right here and keep going on the Palmetto Trail. And number 8 is 8 hours of sleep per day. I saw this little t-shirt and I almost bought it. It said, teach an old man how to sleep in a chair. Step 1, get a chair. Step 2, sitting down in that chair. I might be there at some point, but right now we do get at least 8 hours sleep per day. Sometimes we sleep a little more. Sometimes we wake up and get started early. But we have learned that if we'll take care of our bodies by sleeping, our bodies will let us go do more as we get older.
The next one is 9 pages of a book.
And I wonder if audible books count.
I think audiobook, I think it would. But we both definitely read a lot. It might not be a book, it might be on the internet, but Owen does a lot of research, he does a lot of reading, and I do like to enjoy a good book.
Yeah.
So,
You go through 1 or 2 books every month.
yeah,
You
it
read.
is.
And
Yeah.
sometimes when you can't sleep, which goes back to number 8, you'll wake up and I'll roll over and you'll be reading your book with your
Yeah.
phone. So
That does help me go to sleep and relaxes me.
And last but not least, and maybe the most difficult of all, each day find 10 things that you can be thankful for. It sounds easy,
I think it's easy. I think no matter what, there's things to be thankful for.
But do you list the same? I guess you do. So
Sometimes you do. Sometimes it's a different thing. I mean, you know, we always used to, every night before we went to sleep,
yeah,
we'd always say, what was your favorite thing today?
but that's not 10 things.
It's not 10. It's one thing is your favorite thing that happened today, which
Right.
is the thing that you're thankful for.
The most thankful for.
Right.
Yeah. But I still say, if you're not going to repeat yourself every day, you're going to have to actively look for 10 things that you're thankful for. And I think that's a good exercise. I think the point of it is that if you can do that, then you can look past all the things that are hurting you and all the things that have you worried and the stress that's in your life, and you can find the things that bring you joy and happiness and be thankful for those things. This is my most thankful thing right here. And our little pup dog. And you guys. We're really thankful for the family we've created with our YouTube channel. And we're not just saying that. There's not a day that goes by now that we don't meet up with somebody that says, hey, Maggie, or hey, van trekking. It's happened multiple times per day on this trip, and it's been with folks that we've been able to sit down 6 feet apart from each other and make lifelong friends and acquaintances.
Which is good for us because we feel like y'all, or the people that we meet, know us, but we don't really know them. And it's been really, really good to actually meet people and hear their stories and get to know them a little bit better.
It is good to sit down and say, wow, that's cool. We like your setup. And every person we meet, we learn something from those people. And we walk away enriched because of the friendship and more knowledgeable about how to do what we're doing and showing you guys. So you're always on our list. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's a golf cart, man. If you go camping in state parks or national parks like this, then like me, you probably need to be thankful for the volunteers that put in their time so they can stay in these places, but they volunteer their time to work. They keep them looking beautiful. That golf cart, those are 2 volunteers that are going down to the water's edge to clean up and to empty waste baskets and to make sure things are safe. I'm really thankful for them.
We've thought about work camping before, and we think that's a good way to see different places. But we haven't found one yet that'll let us move every 2 or 3 days. And that's kind of the way we like to move around. So until we find a work situation that'll let us change locations every 2 or 3 nights, I think we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Trail remain closed.
Golden wonderland, when we're hand in hand, our sisterhood turns bad into good. Golden wonderland, when we take the stand, our sisterhood helps the common good. We are stronger, getting stronger every day. We are braver, getting braver in every way.
Can you get the door open? What's up there? What's up there, bud? Coming up.
We are stronger every day. Yeah, we're getting braver in every way. Yeah, golden wonderland, when we're hand in hand.
So we've been a little over 4 miles. And as usual, we haven't been showing very much during the last 2 miles of this hike because we start getting a little winded. And we were just talking that Maggie is so spry right now. She's made it a little over 4 miles and she's still going strong.
I think a lot of it has to do with the weather too. It's cooler out. She doesn't like it when it's hot.
I don't think I do either, dear.
Neither, but I mean, she seems to go better when it's cooler out. So.
Yeah. The all trails portion for these little trails, not very good, but we did pull up Google Maps and do the earth view, and we could tell which trail we needed to take to go back to the campground, which means we know that we need to turn right up here.
There's a camper going in. It seems like.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, dear. Okay. I'm going on record as we're supposed to go this way. I might be making a mistake, but I think I read the map correctly. I think that camper guy was just lost back there, not me.
I think so. I think we're going the wrong direction.
Do you?
I do.
You like hiking, you'll be all right.
I do.
Oh boy, who was right? Here's what she's seeing. Campers in the distance.
Stronger, getting stronger every day. We are braver, getting braver in every way.
Made it back. Sun's starting to set. Just about time for us to fire up the griddle and cook something out here. This campground, if we haven't told you about it, we're in St. Mary's, Georgia, which is about as far south and east as you can go in Georgia. It is a state park, the Crooked River State Park. There are 62 campsites in this campground, and most people book sites here by booking at midnight 1 year away from the day they want to arrive. Lynn and I don't work that way. There's also another way that you can come into campgrounds like this that are in high demand that get booked very far in advance. You can play the cancellation game. That means 7 o'clock in the morning, just before you want to try to come to stay at a place like this, just start checking to see if there's a site available. 3 days ago when I checked, there wasn't anything available here. The next day, we could book a week. We didn't book the entire week, but we did get the 2 nights that we wanted here by playing the cancellation game. We're going to rest a little bit and hopefully get the motivation to fire up the griddle, cook a little bit of shrimp fried rice tonight.
You did good with the fire.
Getting a little bit of practice.
We're getting better.
Going.
Yay.
Griddle me this: if it's cold outside and you find yourself in the land of Georgia sweet shrimp, what would you make on the Blackstone griddle? Us, shrimp fried rice. You put down a little olive oil and a little butter, cook them till it's ready to take the tails off. We got to get the shrimp off, and now we're taking all the tails off, and I'm going to see what's this. Hi-ya! You know what, no more. Shrimp's cooked, let's clean the griddle, get ready to cook some vegetables. First thing to go down, a bag of frozen peas and carrots. So now we've got this over in the side. We're going to add just a little bit of garlic and just a little ginger paste. Man, that's smelling good, Mama. And we're going to pile that up in a corner because the next step is to fry 3 eggs. Okay, as the sun is setting here in St. Mary's, we're about ready to reincorporate everything. First things first, we'll add the peas and carrots back to the scrambled eggs. That's looking good. Got the eggs all chopped up in pretty small pieces. We're going to put our shrimp back in. Oh, they're looking good. Some fresh rice that we've just made. Add that back in. And after everything is combined, add a little soy sauce to taste, and it's ready to plate up. Add a little fresh pepper to the top of this. Garnish at the very end, or a few green onions. That looks really good.
Does look yummy, yummy.
Gonna grab me a perfect little bite here. This is gonna taste awesome. It's cold outside. Look at it, steaming, perfect bite. Do your happy dance. That's it, guys. Whenever you cook like this, do your happy dance. It's a good warm you up kind of meal, isn't it? Sitting in front of the fire, hoping a big bear or a deer or something walks by. Glad you guys are with us.
So a lot of people have asked us about the shower in the Revel. I think in our tour video, which we'll link up above, I think we actually got some people confused in Owen saying that we stored the shower curtain in the pooper holder and that we didn't use the shower curtain. We actually do use the shower curtain. So I'm going to kind of show you how we set that up and kind of show you how much room we have in the shower.
Where'd you go?
The man behind the curtain. Or maybe the woman.
So this is the same material we had in the curtain in the Travado.
I mean, it looks exactly the same.
I said that right. It looks exactly the same. Except there's just a lot less that you have to put out.
Yeah, it just goes around the front door. So you just
Okay.
make sure that it's in the bottom of the shower pan, and kind of here's what it looks like inside. So I can definitely get in here and I can definitely wash my hair, and I've got plenty of room that I can stand around. The toilet's still in here. We'll probably have to clean it up and wipe it down when we get done, but probably need to clean that anyway. So
All right.
all right,
I'll turn the light off and you take a shower.
okay.
Well, just like that, it was time to head home. Pretty soon snow's going to start falling, and pretty soon Christmas decorations need to go up, and pretty soon, some way, we need to see family. But first, we stopped in Darien, Georgia, a place we found many years ago, a place that we can get seafood that we absolutely love. You come bearing good tidings of joy.
I'm bearing good time. Really, really, really good.
As good as you remember. With our bellies and our hearts full, we pointed the van further north, towards South Carolina. Destination, Edisto Island. But it's not a place that we're going to share with you guys on the channel. Why? Well, because everybody needs a vacation. So we spent a few days just hunkered down beside the ocean, walking and looking for seashells, and watching Maggie enjoy what Maggie loves to do. As 2020 comes to an end, we're aware that it's been a crappy year for most of us, but we hope you can find some things to be thankful for. We hope you're surrounded by those who love you and that you love, and we're grateful that you're part of our journey. See you next week.